Do they do hail to the football team now when they score? I hadn't even noticed last week.
No, they don't do shit. They're not even creative.
But after, after the Redskins used to score, that was the one cool thing. Whenever I was in Washington, or when I was in Maryland and going to the Redskins games, that was kind of cool to watch them do the hail to the Redskins deal, because the whole stadium. I mean, it was like a college atmosphere. Whole stadium doing the HHTR or HTTR and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was kind of neat, but
they don't have anything else to cling on to in that sad franchise.
You mean besides the 3 Super Bowl rings they got?
Yeah, 35 years ago.
In the 80s, bro.
And how many have the Eagles got? In
Nick Foles.
In 54 years? In 54 years?
In 5 years.
Boy, they look
is out with a knee injury, expected to miss the season. Next is Errol Rawls III, who is out with the arm injury, and there's no real timetable for his return. And then number 4, Anthony Burns, normal starter at defensive back. He has a lower body injury, and he will be out for tonight's game as well. So 3 pieces that are pretty important to this Pirates lineup. They're not going to be out there tonight.
Yeah, and you're used to seeing Errol Rawls. You know he's been out. Eric Brown too, but the Anthony Burns might hurt a little bit. I hope it doesn't. But as we just talked about the passing attack, Argyle, it'd be nice to have an upperclassman out there on the corner doing stuff. But we've seen it time and time again for this Vega team. The next man up, and usually that next man is successful. So hopefully we'll get Anthony Burns back. I don't think it's that serious to where he can be back, especially in a couple of weeks. So. Yep, next man up.
Let's get into our starting lineups. Let's start things off first with the Argyle Eagles. Brian, you got those for us?
Do offensively, we're going to start on the line. The tackles are Sheridan Wilson and Jack Tucker. At guards, we have Austin Criswell and Nick Rubian. The center is Blake Smits. At wide receiver, probably their biggest target, Cole Kirkpatrick, he's a senior. Hayden Stewart on the other side of a receiver.
Don Troy Sterling is the tight end. Andrew Brown and Lorenzo Gonzalez at tackle, Damian Brown and Robert Allen at guard, and Ivan Martinez, the sophomore, at center. On the defensive side, it's Rayshawn Roberts and Darian White at defensive end. Javion Cooper and Deontay Robinson are the tackles. Outside backers are Zamarian Johnson and Marcus Cobb. The middle linebacker is Latravius Johnson. Marcus Willis will be at one corner. Jeremiah Fisher will start at the other corner. Javon Eigelhart and Jordan Rogers will take care of the safety spots. The punter for the Vega Pirates is Jordan Rogers. The kicker, Pablo Ramirez. Ramirez is not starting out very fast. He's missed 2 extra points in the first 3 games, and a little bit of a slow start for the young man after having a very successful year last season. The Argyle Eagles have taken the field in their red and white. The red jerseys with the white numerals and the black trim, the all-white pants, and the white helmets with the red eagle on the sides. Still waiting for the La Vega Pirates to take the field. Let's go ahead and take the break here, wait for them to come out, and we will also have the coin flip and get you started for tonight's game. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com. Our streaming on CentexBeat.com is presented by First Central Credit Union. flip for tonight. The captains were Anthony Burns for Vega and Cole Kirkpatrick for Argyle. Kirkpatrick and the Eagles win the toss. They have chosen to receive, so the Pirates will defer to the second half. The Pirates have come out in their white jerseys, blue numbers with gold trim, the blue pants with gold and white piping, and of course the blue helmet with the gold Jolly Roger. When we come back, we'll have our Members Choice Credit Union kickoff. You're listening to the Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com. Yep. Good. Perfect time. Sick and bears.
Sick. Not tomorrow.
Not
Next
tomorrow. Next one. A fantastic rendition of the national anthem by the Argyle Eagle Band. And we're getting ready for our kickoff here in Argyle, Texas, as the La Vega Pirates get ready to take on Argyle, number 2 versus number 1 in the state. Our Members Choice Credit Union kickoff is sponsored by Members Choice Credit Union. 3 convenient locations, including 845 New Dallas Highway. Our first quarter tonight is brought to you by the Driveway Company of Waco. For all your driveway and sidewalk repair needs, give the Driveway Company of Waco a call at 293-SEAL. Argyle will be receiving the kickoff. And to make the kick will be Pablo Ramirez. Moving right to left on your radio dial are the Vega Pirates, assuming that you have a radio dial. Argyle coming out in midfield. Cole Kirkpatrick back deep to receive for the Eagles. And he's back there along with Cash Walker. Kirkpatrick, definitely another one of those guys that is the big arsenal for the Eagles against the Pirates over the last couple of years. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch 94.5 The Beat on CentexBeat.com or on our new app at CentexBeat. Our Members Choice Credit Union kickoff is a high end over end kick, bounces at the 12-yard line, picked up by Walker, comes to the middle of the field across the 15, 20, 25, 30, and gets run out of bounds. We'll see where the officials mark him officially, and they're going to give him the 29-yard line. And that is where the Eagles will start, first down and 10. With their quarterback, C.J. Rogers. Knox Scoggins will probably be the starting running back tonight. You see Kirkpatrick in the backfield.
It's a wildcat.
Wildcat set. Now they come out of it. Bringing Rogers back into the set. From the pistol, takes the snap, hands the ball off. To the left side goes the running back, number 29, Braden Baker, who finds some running room around the far side out to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 16 yards, and a Nick's Foreman go first down.
Had a nice job there by Baker, kind of waiting for his lineman to get him some space, and he found some space at the outside, got a big gain to start the game.
We don't got any other
Flying back 178 yards. Kirkpatrick in motion near the far side. Handoff again, tries to get around the far side, and that doesn't happen. Darian White is right there for the loss. It's going to be about a yard loss, making it 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and I think Darian White was just unblocked. He was waiting for Baker there, and a nice play by the defensive end.
2 receivers to the near side. In motion from far to near comes Kirkpatrick. Snap back. Rogers fakes the handoff. Pressure coming from the blind side. He steps away from it. Takes off up the middle. Gets across midfield. Has running room to the 45 and out of bounds at about the 42 of La Vega. A real nice job there. Rogers making something out of nothing. It's a 16-yard pickup and a Nick's fumble and go first down.
Yeah, and he showed a little bit of moves there. Kind of did some shimmy shakes down the field that, that seeing a guy his big, it doesn't look like that he has those kind of moves. So a nice move, and Eagles are having a nice drive to start the game.
Running back to the near side now, takes the handoff. That is Baker, goes off right tackle. At the 39-yard line. That's a pickup of about 3. And Baker, 3 carries at 18 yards thus far on this drive. 11 minutes to go in the first quarter, just underway. No score from Argyle. Number 1 Argyle versus number 2 La Vega. Receiver to each side. Rogers takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Makes the throw to the outside. Very well defended by La Vega, and it falls to the turf. Jesse Major Sterling on the coverage there, and that'll make it a 3rd down and about 8.
And a very dangerous throw there by C.J. Rogers, too. He had Jordan Rogers and Jesse Major Sterling waiting for that. If he waits another half a second, or either 2 of those are quick, that might be a pick 6.
Single wing to the far side. Baker in the backfield with Rogers. Single receiver on each side. Kirkpatrick to the near side. Walker to the far side. From the La Vega 39, Rogers takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Baker has some running room, fights his way all the way down to the 30 and gets one last surge until he's stopped at the 29-yard line. So that's going to be a pickup of 10 and another Nick's Bowman go first down for Argyle.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. They just ran it right up the middle, found the hole. It's probably one of those runs where they're going for it either way, so they're just trying to get a few yards. And if it doesn't work, but it did work and they got 10. Eagles are looking good so far.
Scoggins in now for Baker. Rogers takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself around the far side, has a lot of running room. 15, cuts back 10, 5, touchdown, C.J. Rogers. There is a flag down. It looks like it may be a block in the back against Argyle. If it stands, a 29-yard touchdown run for C.J. Rogers, but I think it's coming back.
Yeah, that's 100% coming back. As soon as Rogers cut back to his left, the receiver found himself behind Jesse Major Sterling, pushed him down. So that's going to come back. That was a no-brainer.
See what the man in the white hat has to say, and that's exactly what you had said, Brian. So that brings this play back. We'll see how far back. They're saying that brings it back to the set, because that is a spot foul, so it's bringing it back to the 17-yard line. It's a 12-yard net for the Eagles. Inside the Express Dry Clean and Laundry Red Zone, presented by Express Dry Clean and Laundry at 901 North Loop 340 in Belmead. Remember, new name, same owner. Receiver to each side. This time the handoff goes up the middle to Scoggins. He fights his way to the near side, and Jordan Rogers says, no way, you're not going any further than that. It's about a yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Yeah,
that's Scoggins' first carry of the game, and that was a rude awakening there. As Jordan Rogers, we know how hard he can hit, and he's a big hitter. And I'm sure everybody listening knows too, and he put a good one on him there. And Scoggins stays in the backfield at running back.
Receiver to each side. Rogers hands the ball off to Scoggins again around the near side. And a real nice job coming from the weak side by Darian White to make the tackle. And that's going to make it now a 3rd down and about 8.
Yeah, and that's 2 really nice plays by Darian White. He stayed at home when they tried to get it outside early in the game, and Braden Baker, I think it was the 2nd or 3rd play of the game, and then that one right there, he chased Scoggins down from the opposite side. So it puts Argyle in a 3rd and long, somewhere that they needed to be if you're on that Vega side of the defense.
3rd and 6 officially from the 14 of the Pirates. Rogers in the pistol, has Scoggins to his far side. Cole Kirkpatrick to the near side. Cash Walker to the far side. Rogers takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back, throws the fade to the end zone. It's intercepted by the Pirates. Picked off in the end zone by number 5. That is Javon Iglehart, and he gets the ball for the Pirates. They'll start this drive, their first drive of the night, from the 20.
Yeah, it's just an odd call, I think, in that situation. It's 3rd and 6. You've been running the ball with success. Run it down again. Run that little delay where you're waiting on your lineman to block downfield. Get as many yards as you can. Instead, C.J. Rogers just short on that one. It wasn't a very good pass. It was really good coverage. Didn't have a ton of room out there. And just a phenomenal play by Javon Iglehart there. And honestly, a shot in the arm for the Pirates. They were giving up quite a few yards now. Let's see if Jordan Rogers and the boys can come out here and get a good drive going.
And an absolutely flat pass as well from C.J. Rogers.
It looked like it meant to be a back shoulder fade, but he just threw it right at Javon Iglehart.
2 receivers to the far side. High snap. Rogers just goes ahead and falls on it all the way back at the 11-yard line. So that's a 9-yard loss right out of the box for the Pirates. It'll make it 2nd down and 19. But a real nice job by Rogers of just falling on it, not trying to do too much and causing a bigger issue. Jordan Rogers in at quarterback. Jarquay Walton is the running back. The receivers are Jabrian Bouye and Soldravion DeGreat, along with Manny Ruiz. 2nd down and 19 from their own 11. Rogers and Walton in the backfield. Ruiz in motion, snap back, and it looks like the ball came loose.
There's a flag.
There is a flag down. The ball came loose, and it looks like Argyle got the ball, but do we have...
Matt, Argyle players are saying it's on the Vega, so it should
see what the official says.
Yeah, they're going to call pre-snap.
Yeah, it's a pre-snap motion call against La Vega, so it is declined, and now it's going to be a... It looked like it was another fumble on the snap for Jordan Rogers, but it's now going to be a first and... Are they calling it 1st and goal from the 10? Yeah, 1st and goal from the La Vega 10 for Argyle. 8:14 to go in the first quarter. No score here at Eagle Stadium. 2 receivers to the near side. The back in the backfield is Baker with the quarterback Rogers in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands it off right guard. Baker gets down to about the 6-yard line. That's a pickup of 4 for Braden Baker. Argyle took over in the Express Dry Clean and Laundry red zone. The hurry-up offense in motion is the tight end Jasper Watt. They go back to Baker, tries to find a hole, gets inside the 5 to about the 4. That's going to be a pickup of 2. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 4 for the Argyle Eagles.
And this is something that we talked about pregame that La Vega has not faced. They haven't faced this type of tempo, this type of hurry-up offense so far this year. Now, last year they did clearly, but you know, sometimes these things just take a little bit of getting used to. You know, and as this game goes on, they should get better.
2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. They go back to Baker, goes off left guard, and he gets stopped by La Vega at the 2. It's a pickup of 2, and it'll be 4th down and goal from the 2 for the Eagles, and a huge choice as the hurry-up offense comes in. 2 receivers to the far side. In motion comes the receiver Walker. Rogers takes the snap, rolling, looking, has his man right in front of the official. The catch made by Cash Walker for the 2-yard touchdown. And the Eagles end up taking the lead. It's 6-0.
Yeah, and that was just an example of they set Cash Walker in motion, which you're thinking while he's doing that, and I was thinking that it might be a little flip in front of the quarterback pitch to where he gets out to the outside of the right. He cuts it back at the last second. They get Rogers out a little bit in motion. Out to the outside, he just throws a simple out pattern. He was wide open.
The kicker for Argyle is number 23, Caden Dodson, comes in to attempt the extra point. Snap back, hold down, kick up, and it is good. So with 7:01 to go in the first quarter, Argyle strikes first. It's the Eagles 7, Pirates nothing. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com, presented by Southwest Sports Medicine. 2-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Rogers to Cash Walker makes it 7-0 in favor of Argyle. Brian, you got the scoring drive.
I did. It was a quick one. After the turnover, it was 4 plays, just 10 yards. Took up only a minute and 13 seconds.
Getting ready for a Members' Choice Credit Union kickoff from Caden Dodson. Back deep to receive, Jesse Major Sterling. A high end-over-end kick, and the fair catch made at about the 25-26 yard line by the Pirates' Marcus Willis, and that's what they'll take over on their second drive.
Yeah, and this is where, you had what appeared to be that, I think the last fumble, or the fumble on that last play for Vega was another snap problem. So that's 2 in 2 plays, which is odd because we haven't seen anything like that so far this year. So again, take a deep breath. You're facing a team that is running a different defense than you've seen, is running a different offense than you've seen. It's just right now, take a deep breath, play your game, and try to get right back in this with a good drive here. 2
receivers to the near side for the Pirates, running back on each side of the quarterback. Rogers takes the snap, hands it off to Walton, and he gets stacked up almost immediately. It's going to be a loss of a couple of yards back to the 22-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 3, make it 2nd and 13.
You got to get better blocking than that. I mean, that's 3 plays in a row now where they've been in the backfield. So, Jarko's not going to have a chance if he's got 9 guys waiting for him whenever he gets the handoff.
Jordan Rogers getting the signal from his offensive coaching staff. Clock running at 6:30 to go in the first quarter. Receiver to each side, running back to each side. The quarterback Rogers, who takes the snap, hands it off to Walton, going off right tackle, has running room across the 25-30. Gets out to about the 32-33 yard line. A real nice job there. Picks up about 11, and he's a little bit shy of a first down.
And that was a little better. Jarko had a hole off the right side. Looks like he probably went touched him like 2 or 3 yards in the field. And of course, like Jarko does, once he gets touched or hit or wrapped up, you think he's wrapped up or touched or hit. He gets another 3 or 4 yards on top of that to put him into 3rd and short.
3rd and 2 for the Pirates. 2 receivers to the near side, running back on each side of Rogers. Snap back, keeps it himself. Tries to find some running room, goes over the top of his lineman. Picks up the Nick Spellman go first down at the 37 after a 4-yard pickup. And that was just like climbing a fence.
Yeah, that was a nice run. I mean, he made something out of nothing, really. It looked like he was going to be dropped for another loss, but being the athlete that Jordan is, he got a first down and kept the drive going.
From the 37, it's 1st down and 10 for the Pirates. 5:30 to go in the first quarter. Argyle leads 7-0. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Running back on each side of the receiver, or of the quarterback, Jordan Rogers, and the flag comes in. See what the call is here. I'm thinking it's either a false start or a delayed game, and that's exactly what it is. It's a false start against the Pirates, so they'll make it a 1st and 15. With 5:19 to go here in the first quarter. Pirates trailing 7-0. Don't forget to check out the 2 new apps that we have with 94.5 The Beat and CBS Sports Radio Central Texas. Wherever you get your favorite apps, go to Centex Beat for 94.5 The Beat, or CBS Sports Radio Central Texas is at Centex Sports 1. The snap back to Rogers, drops back, goes deep down the seam, has Fisher in stride, just on his fingers. The ball falls shy, had Jeremiah Fisher in stride, would have been off to the races, just a touch too long.
Yeah, and a really good play call. He had Jerry on the great kind of come down here and do a stop, and in the slot, it was Jeremiah Fisher that had a couple of steps on the cornerback. I think that was number 7 for them, Jet Copeland. So just like you said, a few inches, man, just a few inches. Looked like it hit his fingertips, but if that ball's thrown about a few inches shorter, he's still running right now, and we're tied.
2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, running back on each side of the quarterback Rogers on this 2nd and 15 play. The handoff goes to Walton, and he's stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose about another 2 yards, and it's going to make it a 3rd and long. He just got absolutely sandwiched by Argyle Eagle defenders.
Yeah, that was Chase Bonnell, the defensive lineman, but also Davis Elsey, a linebacker, who's been in the mix several times today. So, it's putting Vega in a weird spot, a team that runs the ball quite a bit in the 3rd and long. So, you're going to have to do something here to try to get one of your speedsters downfield or out in open space.
3rd and 17 now for the Pirates from their own 30. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Rogers takes the snap, drops back, looking, goes deep down the near sideline, has a man, and it's intercepted just a little bit short, but Argyle picks it off. That's number 7, Jeff Copeland, at the 38-yard line of the Eagles, and that's where they will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, and that was just a kind of a Hail Mary. We're throwing it deep on 3rd down, and if he picks it off, it's kind of just like a punt. Unfortunately for Rogers on that one, he didn't throw it quite as crisp. It wasn't quite as a tight spiral to get it past that corner, and of course they were backed off a little bit more. So it was really a jump ball and a shot downfield, and so Le'Veon the Great couldn't quite bring it in. So Pirates need to step up here on defense and get back in this game.
4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Argyle up 7-0. Receiver to the near side, 2 to the far side for Argyle. They fake the handoff, does Rogers. Throws the out pattern to his receiver, Cole Kirkpatrick, as it's knocked away by Jesse Major Sterling. A real nice job of defensive play there, making it now 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and they tried to do that twice on Jesse for some reason. I'm not 100% sure. That was receiver Hayden Stewart. Stewart not nearly as fast as Major Sterling, and 23 had that covered all the way, no doubt.
Same set for Argyle. Rogers takes the snap, hands it off to Scoggins, tries to find some running room and has some. Gets past the man at the 45 into La Vega territory across the 40 and brought down at the 37-yard line. That's going to be a 24-yard pickup and a Nick Stoneman go 1st down.
Yeah, and we've seen it. I'll say it quickly because they're about to snap it, but that's what the running backs are really good at doing early. They're being patient, waiting for the holes to develop. And that play, they got a big hole on the right side.
2 receivers to the far side. They hand it off again to Scoggins, who tries to go up the middle. Doesn't get much if he got anything, and it's going to be a 2nd down and about 10.
And a nice play by Deontay Robinson right in the middle there. It's something they need more of. Get into the backfield before those running backs can kind of find that hole, find that area that their line is developed for them, and put them in the 2nd and 3rd wall.
Stewart and Walker, receivers to the near side. Kirkpatrick to the far side. Rogers, the quarterback, with Scoggins to his left. 2nd down and 9 for the Eagles on the La Vega 36. Snap back. Rogers fakes the handoff, drops back. Blitz coming up the middle. He dodges his man, goes deep. That's Argyle deep for the interception. And we'll see, is it a touchback or is he down at the 1? But Argyle with the interception, and La Vega takes over in their own 1. But that again was a short pass, and Argyle just played center field.
Yeah, and a great play. I'm not taking away, and I want to talk about it. Great play by Argyle there. Just a quick spot. He's on the foot-yard line. Momentum, they're saying, I guess, didn't take it. Yeah, I don't know. He was clearly in the end zone, and when he was hit, he caught it in the end zone, and he was hit forward. That's just
and
like...
if you're hit forward, you get the yardage, yeah.
That's not very... wasn't the greatest of spots, and I don't agree with that. Now, La Vega's going to start inside their own 1, but another great play by Javon Argyle, and he is having a game.
He wants that Zimmerman Law Firm player of the game.
Oh, he is. He is the front runner for sure.
Rogers takes the snap, hands it off, and Walton fights his way off left tackle. Gets out of the shadow of his own goalpost out to the 6-yard line. That's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down and 6. Pirates getting the play from the offensive coaching staff. We approach 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Argyle leads 7-0. Our first quarter, as always, is presented by the Driveway Company of Waco. For your driveway and sidewalk repair needs, give the Driveway Company of Waco a call at 293-SEAL. Rogers takes the snap, hands it off to Walton. He has some running room on the veer. Gets out to the 10, so it's going to make it a 3rd down and about 2 as the clock keeps running at 2:40.
Yeah, and that's positive to see. They're starting to get downfield more. They're starting to get bigger holes. Starting to kind of figure out where to run the ball, it seems. After that first drive, and they had some fumbles, and then the first couple of plays on that second drive. Hopefully they're finding big holes. Hopefully they're finding ways to get Jarkway out in space and make some plays.
A receiver to the far side and a receiver to the near side, running back on each side of Rogers on this 3rd and 2. Keeps it himself, tries to go off left tackle, and he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So that's going to make it a 4th down and 2 for the Pirates.
Man.
And I'm sure we will see the punting unit out for the Pirates, although stranger things have happened.
Yeah, and it's a full yard, it seems, maybe a little bit more than a yard. So, of course, Jarkway and the guys want to go for it, and there's some thinking. They haven't sent out the punting team yet.
And remember who the punter is.
Yeah.
It's the quarterback,
That is
Jordan
true.
Rogers.
They could do a quick kick, but it seems though as Argyle's kind of keen on the run like we knew they would be, as good as they are. there's constantly 9 men in the box kind of trying to stop that
Yeah,
run.
the play clock is down to 4,
Yeah.
3, and looks like Coach Don Hyde is going to use his Community Bank and Trust timeout right here. We'll take it with him. 1:32 to go in the first. Argyle 7, La Vega nothing. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com, presented by Southwest Sports Medicine. Got it. He's got to be running back off the line and run. Line drive, spiraling kick, caught over the shoulder at the 50-yard line, and down to the 35-yard line goes Zach Stewart, where it will be first down and 10 in La Vega territory for Argyle, with the Pirates trailing 7-0, 1:24 to go here in the first quarter. And Brian, you know, this has been kind of a weird first quarter. Argyle has, you can pretty much say, dominated the flow of play, but only punching it in one time because of a couple of mistakes from their quarterback, from the Argyle quarterback, C.J. Rogers, who is not throwing as well as I've seen him do in the past. 5 receiver set, 2 to the near side, 3 to the far side. Empty backfield for Rogers on this 1st and 10 play from the La Vega 35. Snap back, Rogers looking, keeps it himself on the quarterback draw, and that doesn't get very successful at all. Darian White makes the stop. It's a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, that's something that clearly La Vega saw coming. We saw coming here in the booth. That was going to be a quarterback draw because they've had success early with the big man running and C.J. Rogers, but the Pirates snuck that out pretty easily.
Same formation, empty set for Rogers, takes the snap, looking, has his man, and it goes short. In and out of the fingers of number 3, Cash Walker, who caught the touchdown for the Eagles. And it's now going to be a 3rd down and 10 for the Eagles with 56 seconds to go in the quarter. Argyle up 7-0.
And it seemed on that one they were trying to get the ball out quicker to where C.J. Rogers ended up throw it deep, and it was another poor throw down into his ankles.
Another empty set on 3rd down. Rogers has all day, throws across the middle, has his man for the Knicks Foreman go 1st down. Down to the 19-yard line. That was number 6, Hayden Stewart on the catch. And that's going to be a 16-yard pickup.
Yeah, and a pass that was behind him, and a really nice catch on the cross there by Hayden Stewart.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. Empty set again. Rogers drops back, looking, has time, running, fakes the throw, goes out of bounds inside the 20, down at about the 12. So that's going to be a pickup of 8 yards. And actually, they're going to back him up just a hair. No, they're going to give him 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3 on the 7-yard run for Rogers. Empty set again. 29 seconds to go in the quarter. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Argyle, Rogers takes the snap, quarterback draw again. He may pick up a little bit, but there's not much there. And as somebody loses their hat, and it's a 2-yard pickup for Rogers. Extremely close to a 1st down. We'll see what the chain gang has to say.
And they're running off that left tackle. It looks like it's Jack Tucker, and I think that's Deontay Robinson. He's very close to being held the last 3 times, and it's pretty iffy. And he's been close to having those tackles as well. So
we got timeout on the field. Let's take our Community Bank and Trust timeout with them. 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. La Vega trails 7-0. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com. Our streaming presented by First Central Credit Union. And they gave him the first one.
You all seen Deontay Robinson on that end? He's just. Also, Rogers spun about
be out there.
Probably within 4 yards at least.
Slide comes floating around right into the other. Right under his chin.
So 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. Argyle leading 7-0. Rich Richardson, Brian Crownover, intern Owen here with you from Argyle as it's the number 1 state-ranked Argyle Eagles against the number 2 state-ranked Vega Pirates. And nothing new in that scenario for the Pirates and having all these ranked teams in these games that they're talking about. This is the 4th game in a row against a top 7 team in the state in their particular classification. This one, of course, the highest with having the number 1 Argyle Eagles. And when I talked to Coach Don Hyde earlier this week for the pregame show, we talked about that. We talked about how these young men are learning, they're experiencing things, and it's not one of those cases where they're playing in games where things are a little bit easier as they have been in the past. These are very competitive games. 2 of the games came down to the very last minute, and this is teaching these young men playoff football in weeks 1 and 2.
What it is too, and I think you're getting different teams each week. We've seen versions of the wing T. We've seen spread running teams like Conley that spread it out and run it, and now we're seeing guys that are a team that actually runs the spread and can throw it and run it. And it looks like that C.J. Rogers, we took that injury timeout. That's their quarterback is out of the game at least for one play, and they replace him with Jet Copeland.
Jet Copeland in at quarterback. Running back also changes. Number 29, Braden Baker, who we haven't seen for a little while so far. It is a 1st and goal from the 9 for Argyle. 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. Argyle up 7-0, threatening to add more. Receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side. They hand it off to Baker. He has pursuit coming around the outside. Tried to get the edge, didn't quite get it, and he got knocked out of bounds after picking up about 2. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 7.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle out of space by Jordan Rogers, but it looks like the Eagles are choosing to go with Jet Copeland, the receiver, at quarterback instead of their backup, Ethan DePiro.
2 receivers to the near side. They fake the handoff. Rogers takes the ball himself, tries to find his way to the end zone. Another hat comes loose and brought down at the, looks like the 1-yard line is Jet Copeland, after the 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, and the Pirates are there. They're getting to the ball quicker. They're not breaking down a tackle, and it seems like Copeland and those guys and Rogers are making moves to get around them. So they're getting there. It's just you got to finish the play and finish the tackle.
And the clock expires for the end of the first quarter. So they're going to switch complete ends of the field as we get ready to start the second quarter. Argyle leads 7-0. You're listening to Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com. Our streaming is presented by First Central Credit Union.
I saw number 32, their backup quarterback isn't very big. As soon as their starting quarterback goes in on the 30, he's like, I don't know.
Coming back.
You've been on top for a while.
Starting the second quarter, 3rd and goal from the 1. The handoff goes to Baker. He tries going over the top and does into the end zone for the 1-yard score for Argyle. And it's now 13-0 in favor of the Eagles.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. That's kind of what we expected him to do on that 3rd and short. Just give it to one of the running backs, kind of get it busted up the middle like they have been all game. And a nice play by Baker, too. He kind of, it was iffy if he was going to be able to get in. Showed some ups there to get out and over that left tackle, and they were up by 2 scores.
39 yards on 9 carries for Baker so far in the first half. Snap back, hold down, kick up, and it is good. by Caden Dodson of Argyle. So with 11:55 to go in the second quarter, La Vega trails 14-0. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com from the Marco's Pizza traveling broadcast booth.
Pirates got to move the ball, man.
That would be correct.
Pooch kick every single time. I'm taking the return game out because they're faster, you know what I mean? And make La Vega move the ball. Every single time. I'm not even kicking it deep. You're going to march down the field on me or you're not going to score.
Okay. A 1-yard touchdown run by Braden Baker gets Argyle up 14-0. We'll get into the scoring drive here in just a minute with Brian. Our Members Choice Credit Union kickoff coming from Caden Dodson. It's a line drive, end-over-end kick all the way out the back of the end zone. and we're laughing here in the booth because we were just talking about, during the break, pooch kicking, and then of course Dodson comes out and hits it 400 feet.
Well, and then I should have been paying attention and looking at the flags now, and they are kicking with the wind. So that first kick was against the wind, so they figured they'd pooch it down to 25. And then of course their kicker hammers one through the end zone. So what do I know?
But you got the scoring drive. So.
I do have the scoring drive. 1 minute and 29 seconds. Took off the clock. They ran 8 plays in that amount of time. 35 yards, and of course the easy score, and they're up 15-0.
Blaine Nickel in at quarterback. Walton in the backfield behind him. Nickel takes the snap, hands it off to Walton up the middle. It's out to about the 27-28 yard line. It's a pickup of 3, and that'll make it second down and 7.
And like you said, Blaine Nickel's in. Be interesting to see what they try to do here. If they're going to try to throw a little more, if they're just kind of giving Rodgers a little bit of a break. He is going to be needed quite a bit on defense, and we've seen him make a few plays. So it could be either of the two. Either he's winded or they're just kind of mixing it up, trying to get some fresh blood there.
The center, Sterling, is actually in an offset I formation with with Jarquay Walton. Check that. With Nickel in at quarterback. So Bravion DeGreat to the far side. Brian Bouye to the near side. Nickel takes the snap, hands it off to Walton. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. I think he may have lost a yard on the play, and that's going to make it third down long.
Yeah, that's Davis Elsey again. He's that weak side linebacker. He's been in, it seems like, almost every play. I mean, that guy's flying around. And on that play and on several previous plays, he has been untouched. Now when he just came through from that backside and hit Walton hard.
Third down and 8 for the Pirates from their own 27-yard line. 10.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. La Vega trails 14-0 here in Argyle, Texas tonight. Receiver to each side. Nickel in the pistol, takes the snap, hands it off to Walton, cuts it back up the middle, has running room across the 30 to the 35, 36-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a Nick Spolman go first down. And it's a matter of formation, man. We talked about this thousands of times. You make those adjustments, and you see what happens. Hurry up offense now for the Pirates. 1st and 10 from their own 36. In the backfield with Walton is number 24, Makai Rice.
Yeah, they're actually going with six down linemen. They have six linemen. The big guys is what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, you've got number 42, Dontroy Sterling, in at tight end. The handoff again to Walton, fights his way out to about the 39-yard line, so that's going to be a pickup of about 3. Make it a 2nd and 7. And, Walton last week carried the ball 21 times. He's carried the ball 9 times tonight for 27 yards.
You usually get in these bigger formations, adding more bodies, bigger bodies when you're having trouble blocking. And right now I think they're clearly trying to run the ball with Blaine in the quarterback, and they just got some bigger guys in there.
Nickel throws the out pattern intended for Soldravion DeGreat, and a little lack of communication there. makes it now a 3rd down and 7 with 9:19 to go in the first half.
It don't go.
And I don't know if that was just a poor throw or it was meant to be an out, but whoever it was, the receiver at the top, was that DeGrate?
Yes.
Yeah, he ran a stop, and Blaine threw it. The pass came off his hand like it was an out again. Whether he meant to throw it that way or it was just a miscommunication on the route. Whatever it is, it puts him in a 3rd and 7.
We've got Rice and Walton on either side of the quarterback Nickel, 3rd down and 7 for the Pirates, and a flag comes in, and it's going to be a false start against the Pirates, backing them up 5 yards. And the last thing you want to see happen when they're struggling offensively is to give one of those dead ball penalties that cuts the little bit of momentum that you had, cuts it short.
And you're putting Blaine Nickel, who is not very experienced, into probably a passing situation. And as I say that, he's jogging off and they're putting Rogers back in at quarterback. So Rogers has the better arm, the bigger opportunity to throw it here on 3rd and 12. But we did see on 3rd and 8 at the beginning of this drive, the handoff on the outside to Jarcroy Walton. So anything's possible in this offense.
Mackay Rice to the far side, Walton to the near side of the quarterback Rogers. Receiver to each side. On his 3rd down and 12, snap back, Rogers drops back, looking, throws the out pattern, has his man, and that's Bouye. It's complete at the 30 or at the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup and about 5 yards shy of the 1st down.
Yeah, I think you punted here, but and he is. You got to think about it, but I don't think if it's 4th and 1 or 2, you possibly do it down 14, but you can flip the field a little bit if Jordan can get a good kickoff.
Well, and again, your quarterback is your punter. Yep. So it opens up a lot of possibilities that if something opens up that Jordan Rogers sees, he may take off, but he may have the green light, in the 3-0.
Hey, ask him what the hell happened on the hit.
To return the kick is Zach Stewart. Rogers with another nice floating kick, bounces at the 32 and drops dead at the 31-yard line. A little bit of a sideways spin-a-roo to it. And that's where the Argyle Eagles will start this drive. 8:28 to go in the 2nd quarter, leading 14-0. Don't forget, Vega will get the ball to start the 2nd half. Also, don't forget to stick around for the halftime show. We'll have all the facts and figures of the 1st half, as well as our Willis Plumbing halftime interview. And this one's actually going to be pretty cool because we're tied in with what this gentleman is doing tonight. Check out youtube.com/MoDocMedia and see the video stream of tonight's game with our audio as well. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side for the Eagles. Rogers takes the snap, hands the ball off to Scoggins around the far side, has a little bit of running room, and gets himself across the 35 to the 36-yard line. That's a pickup of 5, and it's going to be 2nd and 5.
And a nice run there by Knox. Got him outside again, being patient, finding a hole, finding a way. It looked like it was going to be stuffed up, but at the very end, he kind of scored it forward. And when you do that, it turned into a nice little game on 1st down.
2 receivers to the near side. Again, the handoff to Scoggins. Tries to go off tackle, and Rayshawn Roberts says, we will have none of that. Stands him up, pushes him back, and it's going to be a yard loss for Scoggins and make it now 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, and this is when we saw that defensive line, I guess that was against Cal Allen or Conley, where they just kind of stepped up and said, that's enough of that. It was big Rayshawn Roberts and his counterpart, Vincent Henderson. So a big tackle there. They actually lose a yard. That's going to put him in a 3rd and 6 and a very, very, very big 3rd down.
2 receivers to the near side. They hand it off again to Scoggins, coming around the near side. Has a bunch of white jerseys around him. He picked up a couple, but it's going to be a 4th down and 2. And that whole play was led by Rayshawn Roberts.
Rayshawn Roberts. He's big and he's quick. You look at him, you're thinking, man, he's probably an interior defensive lineman, but my goodness, his legs are big and strong, and he gets outside fast, and he took that left tackle with him the entire way. So a very, very big stop, I think, just not even for momentum purposes, but just for taking a deep breath and being in yourself with your leg. And like, okay, we can stop him. We stop him. Let's get the ball. Let's go score. Let's move the ball like we have and like we can and get back in this game.
Caden Dodson into punt. Jordan Rogers back deep to receive. Snap is back. It's a little bit high. Dodson unleashes a really nice kick. Rogers lets it bounce, and it rolls inside the 20 down to about the 15. And it's down officially at the 15-yard line, where La Vega will start first and 10 with 6:37 to go in the second quarter. Let's take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and centexbeat.com. I knew you needed commercial. No bumper, please. In at quarterback, takes the snap, hands it off to Walton, who cuts back toward the middle, gets out to the 20-yard line, and that's going to be a pickup of 5, making it now 2nd and 5 on this first play of the drive for the Pirates. 5-yard pickup for Walton, his 10th carry of the night. Nickel and the offensive coach or offensive staff getting their plays. Walton to the far side. Rice to the near side. Nickel takes the snap, hands it off to Walton again. Tries to fight his way around the near end. Ends up picking up about 2 yards after getting thrown by the defensive lineman Darren Chappa from Argyle. And it's going to be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Chappa. He literally went right around Case Baggett on that left side, made a nice play. It's something that La Vega hadn't been in much, these 3rd and short, so it makes their offense a little easier. You have more plays you can pull out of your bag of tricks here and hopefully get a first down and extend the drive.
Walton to the far side of Nickel. Rice to the near side. Nickel takes the snap, hands it off to Rice this time. It comes up the middle. Gets out to about the 32. He's going to be extremely close. It's going to be 4th down and not much. So a 1-yard pickup for Mackay Rice.
They just can't seem to get anything going up front. I mean, what usually is a strong point for La Vega is their big, quick, nimble offensive line. Getting Jarquay Walton holes and letting him get out of space. So far, man, they came after that one.
Rogers
They
punt.
knocked him over, but no flag.
Rogers punt gets down at the 42 of La Vega. And no flags down on the play. So La Vega, or Argyle, check that, takes over in La Vega territory at the 42. 4:43 to go in the first half, leading 14-0.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I was going to describe that play. It was questionable. It was close. Whether he was blocked into him or not, he did get hit by an Argyle player. I think personally it was a good call. I don't think he was malicious in trying to hit him, and I think he was engaged with the La Vega blocker. So I think the roughing the punter call, the non-roughing the punter call, was the right way to go in that one.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side for the Eagles. The running back is Braden Baker, number 29. Rogers takes the snap out of the pistol, fakes the handoff, throws deep down the middle of the field, has his man, and that's going to be a touchdown of 42 yards for Cash Walker. And Argyle now leads 20-0.
Yeah, that was just a little skinny post there, and he beat Javon Iglehart, did Cash Walker, and not what you needed to see there. I mean, he needed another stop clearly, but he was wide open. Turn on the Jets there at the end as Iglehart tried to keep up with him. But a very nice throw, and honestly, that was probably Rogers' first good throw of the game, and he picked a really good time to do it as he gets a 42-yard strike and puts them up 20s up.
Walker's 2nd touchdown catch of the night. In to attempt the extra point, Caden Dotson, snap back, hold down, kick up. It's good. So with 4:36 to go in the first half, Argyle up 21-0. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and centexbeat.com from the Marco's Pizza traveling broadcast booth.
That's what you like her. With any of them, with them personnel, and your one back, take that guy out of there. There's going to be men on the outside. Keep them out of because if they run it, they're going to have to quarterback good. You got to go at the quarterback.
The Argyle Eagles up 21-0. We'll get the scoring drive here in just a second. Our Members' Choice Credit Union kickoff is a line drive kick that goes into and out of the back of the end zone. So La Vega will start after the touchback, 1st and 10, down 3 touchdowns. Brian, you got the scoring drive there?
Yeah, it was just the one play. It took 7 seconds, and the skinny post found the end zone from 42 yards out.
1st and 10 for the Pirates.
Yeah, and just an enormous drive again. I mean, they had a big stop earlier. This is you got to get something going here. I know you're going to get the ball in the second half. If you can somehow find a way to get to the end zone here, you got a bit of momentum going. Excuse me, I can't talk. A little bit of momentum going in before the half, and Rogers is back in quarterback from playing it.
And Rogers calls the timeout as he had a little bit of confusion there with the personnel. Let's take our Community Bank and Trust timeout with them. 4:36 to go in the half. La Vega trails 21-0. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com. Presented by Southwest Sports Medicine. First down and 10 for the Pirates. From their own 25, starting this drive with 4:36 to go in the third quarter. Rich Richardson, Brian Crownover, intern Owen with you for La Vega Pirate Football here on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com. And the Centex Sports Beat app, wherever you get your favorite apps. If you want to follow everything in the world of sports, check out the Centex Sports One app as well. Rogers takes the snap, gets it out to Booyah at the 30-yard line. Fights through a couple of tackles, gets all the way down to the 37-yard line. That's a pickup of 12 and a Nick Foreman-go first down.
And a nice throw there by Jordan. And a nice route by Bouye. Kind of a comeback route, which we saw a lot last year with Kenny and Malachi Wright along those lines. So a nice first down, and hopefully this drive can get going here with that throw.
High formation set, wing to the far side. Walton behind Rogers. DeGrate lined up to the far side, Bouye to the near side. First down and 10 for the Pirates. Rogers takes the snap, hands it to Walton, and he gets dropped almost immediately. A real nice job coming out of the backfield there by Logan May.
Yep, and he went right around the guy we talked about earlier, Robert Allen. Allen not fast enough for May, and a big loss there after a very positive game to get you up to the 37. You take a big loss like that, and now the Pirates have to regroup and try to get something going here on second down with 3 minutes and 35 seconds counting.
Second and 14 for the Pirates. Walton to the side of the quarterback, Rogers. 2 receivers to the far side. Walton lined up to Rogers' left. Snap back, they hand the ball off to Walton, gets around one man, has running room around the near side, across the 40, gets near midfield, past midfield, and all the way down into Argyle territory at the 43-yard line. So that's going to be a pickup of 24 and the next moment go first down for Jarquay Walton.
And a lot of that was Jarquay too, getting to the outside, using his speed. Because every time they're lining up, I'm telling you, the 2 safeties for Argyle, they're expecting a run. So it's 9 men in the box every time, and Jarquay was able to use his speed and athleticism to get to the sideline.
Rogers takes the snap, hand off to Walton again, goes off left guard, and he just squares those shoulders up, gets across the 40 to the 37-yard line. So a pickup of 5. It's 2nd and 5 as we're down to 2:45 to go in the half.
And I think they can still take their time. You want to score, but you also want to keep Argyle off the field again because you're going to get the ball to start the second half. You only have the one timeout, but when you only have 38 more yards to go, I think in high school with the clock stopping after the first downs and everything out of bounds, I think you can still kind of run your offense for the next probably minute and a half or so.
Two receivers to the far side. Snap is back. They fake the handoff to Walton. Rogers keeps it himself, tries to make something out of it, picks up about a yard, and he's brought down at 37. So it'll be a pickup of 1. It'll make it now a 3rd down and 4 for the Pirates. So 3rd down and manageable as we approach 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Don't forget to stick around for our halftime show. We'll get into all the facts and figures of the first half as well as our Willis Plumbing halftime interview.
And it's that territory that we talk about every game with Vega, where they get between about the 35 and 40 of the other team. You got a 3rd and short, you can kind of run a play and hopefully clearly they want to get the first down, but if you don't, set yourself up for a good position to go for it, and I think that's a no-brainer here if they can get it.
Rogers takes the snap, hands it off to Walton. He gets hit immediately, fights his way off that hit, gets back almost to the line of scrimmage. He's going to end up losing about 2 yards, but it could have been a whole lot worse than that off that initial hit that Walton took.
Yeah, he did. He got popped, and he kind of spun out of it, and now it pushes you back, and everything I just said kind of goes out the window. You're back in a 4th and long again, where you're thinking you're going to get 2 or 3 yards at least to make that decision to go for it easier. Looks like Vega's going to call their 3rd time. Oh, did they? Okay, yeah. Time out on the field, but it's back to that 4th and 6, kind of that weird position where most teams would pass, but Vega's kind of run oriented, so it'll be interesting to see what Coach Don Hyde does here.
Like the trust timeout on the field. Let's take 30 seconds. 1:20 to go in the half. Argyle up 21-0. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and centexbeat.com.
Thanks, you guys.
Build on. From the Argyle 37-yard line, the offense takes the field. Walton to the right of the quarterback, Jordan Rogers, a bunch set, double wing set. Rogers takes the snap, fakes the handoff, dodges one man, has some running room, and gets what should be the first down yardage. And it is going to be a Nick Spomago first down by about the hair of his chinny chin chin. But it's enough to get the first down.
And that was all Jordan Rogers, man. That looked like that was going to be stopped in the backfield easily. They had a bunch set. Looks like they were trying to get some to Ruiz or to Great at the top. But there was 2 or 3 rushers in the backfield. As soon as Rogers got it, he made a nifty move and got a first.
Rogers takes the snap again, gives it to Walton, goes up the middle, squares those shoulders again, and fights his way inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. That's a pickup of about 5, and it's going to be 2nd down and 5.
And you got to start hurrying up a little bit, I think. You're under a minute now with 55 seconds. 1 timeout. You're still 26, 27 yards away, looks like. And it seems like they're not really in any big hurry now to play, but something you got to get these plays off a lot quicker than this.
Down to 43 seconds. 2 timeouts for the Pirates. Rogers takes the snap, drops back, throws that seam pass on the skinny post. Touchdown, 27 yards on the skinny post to Brian Bouye with the diving catch, and it's 21-6.
Yeah, and that's a taste of their own medicine there against Argyle. And C.J. Rogers hit Cash Walker pretty much on the same route. The last play, that inside guy, this time it was Bouye, and he was wide open too. Rogers got it to him. It looked like it might have been a little bit too long, but a nice diving catch there by Bouye. And just an enormous drive, an enormous touchdown. And if they can stop Argyle here in the next 35 seconds, they'll have a ton of momentum going into the half where they can regroup, get the ball back, and hopefully make something happen.
Ramirez in to attempt the extra point, snap back, hold down, kick up, it splits the uprights, and it's good. 35 seconds to go in the half. La Vega on the board. Argyle still leads 21-7. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and centexbeat.com from the Marco's Pizza Travel and Broadcast booth.
Stopped in about 30 seconds. They might try to get the ball. Depending on how far they run this back. What's going to be? You think Jordan Rogers?
Okay.
He's sitting on the bench.
I love those
Plays
balls.
on the kickoff.
I'll tell you what, that's the prettiest pass I've seen thrown by a La Vega player in a while.
It's already on the bench.
The kid's got hands.
He got brought. Nobody's got separate.
A 27-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Rogers to Jabron Bouye gets La Vega on the board. It's 21-7. Brian, you got the scoring drive.
I do a nice drive. Honestly, a must score kind of drive there. You don't want to say before it starts, but after they do, man, they needed something going there. 9 plays, 75 yards, just over 4 minutes at 4 minutes and a second. And Bouye made a nice catch on a nice pass by Jordan Rogers.
Cash Walker and Hayden Stewart back deep for our Members Choice Credit Union kickoff from Pavel Ramirez. And that was a perfect pass.
It was.
Jordan Rogers led Bouye perfectly. There was no one else who was going to catch that ball except for number 11.
It was a great catch, too. I mean, all around, just a beautiful play and something we're probably going to have to see more from this La Vega offense going forward.
Ramirez approaching the ball. It's a high end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for by number 6, Hayden Stewart. So Argyle will take over at their own 20-yard line. With 34 seconds to go, they've got 2 timeouts left. 25, check that. And they've got 2 timeouts left. Wind at their back. And we know their kicker has a very strong leg. Caden Dodson could probably hit from 40, maybe 45. We've seen that happen here in the last couple of years. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Scoggins in the backfield with Rogers, who takes the snap. They fake the handoff. Rogers throws the out pattern, has his man at the 36-yard line, and there is a flag down at the 25. If it counts, it's an 11-yard pitch and catch. But let's see what the officials have to say about this. It's a call against Argyle. The officials are facing opposite of us, so we're having to kind of almost guess. But it's a 5-yard backup, but still, it takes care of that pitch and catch first down, makes it now 1st and 15 for Argyle from their own 20 with 29 seconds to go in the first half. Don't forget to stick around for our halftime show, and La Vega will get the ball to start the second half. 2 receivers to the far side. They hand it off to Scoggins, tries to go off right tackle, and there is nothing there but white jerseys. And, of course, the Pirates are going to be kind of slow, letting Knox Scoggins get up. No gain on the play. Clock is down to 13-12.
Yeah, I don't think I'd run the play either, yeah.
And I think we're just going to end up seeing both teams go to the locker room here. Our halftime score, the Argyle Eagles 21, La Vega Pirates 7. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com. Our streaming on CentexBeat.com is presented by First Central Credit Union. The halftime show comes up next. Okay, go ahead. I'll split it with you.
Hello to quality time at Marco's. Hello to the best part of the day and to making someone else's. Say hello to late nights and to the best night ever. These are the primo moments, and they call for Italian quality pizza. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce with a history in the making from the original Gianmarco recipe. Say hello to an authentic favorite. Every store, every day. The Italian way. Hello, Primo.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers. Craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Exciting things are happening in Waco right here at American Bank. We're committed to the future of our community, investing in more ways to serve you online and face-to-face. That's why we expanded our downtown branch, and now we're building new, state-of-the-art facilities at our Woodway and Belmead locations. More than just banks, our branches are meeting spaces where you can connect one-on-one with a local banker. We look forward to seeing you here now and for years to come. Experience face-to-face banking today at American Bank.
Through 4 generations of the Parsons family and over 70 years in business, Parsons Commercial Roofing has become the go-to name in Texas. Just ask any of their thousands of clients nationwide and they will tell you Parsons is the only answer for your roofing needs. For the last 10 years and counting, Parsons has been awarded the Duralast Contractor of the Year by putting the utmost care into every project, big or small. Parsons Commercial Roofing. It's not just a roof, it's our reputation.
Man, I wish we had some.
Dr. Pepper! And rich, delicious Dr. Pepper.
Cool robot.
Thanks, but actually he's a cooler from the future.
Wow.
Don't touch. He's very cold. Dr. Pepper, so nice to treat you.
It's actually in the fourth quarter, another halftime game. Oakwood 26, Coolidge 22. And a few more we got here. Abbott leads Fort Worth Homeschool 42-8. Buckholz 40, Iredale 28. And Jonesboro leads Blum at the half 32-6. And then some familiar names that you didn't hear in there that have been canceled or postponed. China Spring, of course, their game with front passes has been canceled. Cameron Yo in Lexington was canceled. Rosebud Lodge, Johnson City, Bangs, Hamilton, a lot of those guys didn't play, so a lot of those familiar names that we didn't hear there, those guys have been canceled.
Both teams coming back out on the field for the start of the second half, and it should be an exciting second half of this one. Again, number 1 versus number 2 in the state. All sorts of publicity and ramifications and things of that nature all throughout the area up here in Argyle tonight. Gorgeous night for football. I mean, we literally could not ask for a better night for a football game tonight, and we're definitely glad that you're allowing us to come into your homes or your office or your car or wherever you may be listening. We want to make sure to let you know also, not only do you have the chance to get the Centex Beat app for all the latest and greatest, and Central Texas #1 for hip-hop and R&B at 94.5 The Beat, at Centex Beat, as well as the Vega football. But you can also get the best in sports at Centex Sports 1, wherever you get your apps. Centex Beat and Centex Sports 1, your connections in the app store. Let's take 10 seconds real quick for station identification. You're listening to the La Vega Pirate Football Network. Members' Choice Credit Union kickoff from number 23, Caden Dodson of Argyle. Back deep to receive is number 23 for La Vega, Jesse Major Sterling. Dodson approaches the kick. It's a high end over end. Members' Choice Credit Union kickoff. Caught at the 10-yard line by Jeremiah Fisher. Trying to fight his way across the field. Ends up losing a little bit of yardage and picks up a few more. A little bit of a zigzag routine there, Brian, as he gets out to the 15, and La Vega will start at their own 15, 1st and 10, here to start the second half.
A very important drive. I mean, that first drive of the second half is always important regardless of the situation, but when you have that momentum, like we said, that nice pass to Bouye from Rogers to kind of get the sideline fired up, to get the crowd fired up, to get us fired up. I definitely think that the players on offense got a little fired up, so if you can somehow move this down and get a score here, or just get it into their territory, get some deposit going, that'd be huge.
High formation set, Rogers in at quarterback, Walton directly behind him, and the handoff goes to Walton off right tackle, fights through a couple of tacklers, gets out to the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 5-yard pickup. It'll make it a 2nd down and 5. And it's same song, next verse for La Vega as they give the ball to number 6 and let him do what he does. 2 receivers to the near side. Now Soldravian on DeGray goes to the far side. Bouye to the near side. Rogers at quarterback with Walton in the backfield. The offensive line, Dontroy Sterling, Andrew Brown, Damian Brown, Ivan Martinez, Robert Allen, and Lorenzo Gonzalez. And the officials throw the flag. It looks like it's going to be a 5-yard false start. So the 5 yards Walton just got, the Pirates just gave back. Making it now 2nd and 10 from the 15. Just underway here in the second half. Argyle leads 21-7. Here from beautiful Eagle Stadium in Argyle, Texas. Rogers in the shotgun set. Walton behind him, receiver to each side. Snap is back. Rogers looking, throws deep down the near side. Has his man, and Bouye fights through and keeps the... Oh, it hit the turf. Are they saying it hit the turf, or are they saying that Argyle came up with it and the official's not making the call either?
That's all right.
So now he's calling it incomplete. Jet Copeland and Brian Bouye both went up for the ball. It looked like Bouye might have fought it away from him, but the ball hits the turf and it's going to be a 3rd down.
Yeah, it was a little bit confusing. I know that back judge didn't see, looks like he put his hands in front of his face as if he couldn't see. He was guarded by another guy. in front of him. So from our angle, it looked like we had caught it, but then as he hit the ground, Jet Copeland had it, and the referee from the middle came in and gave the incomplete signal. Really nobody argued on that, so I think that's the right call. But it does put Vega in a 3rd and long now, 3rd and 10 from their own 15.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Walton in the backfield. Rogers drops back, tried to dump it off to Walton and threw it over his head. Pass fall down in 10, and that brings out the punt unit.
Yeah, it looked like a little fake. They had Bouye over here on about a 9-yard stop. Looked like they were going to try to throw it to them. Had a screen on the backside set up for Jarquay Walton. Jordan Rogers got a little bit antsy there. I think he had a few more seconds where he could have backed up and let it set up, but he ended up throwing it into the dirt. And the Pirates are going to have to punt after a not really what you wanted, 3 and out.
10:51 to go in the 3rd quarter. Rogers takes the snap. The pressure comes. A real nice kick. Fair catch called for by Argyle's number 2, Zach Stewart, at the Pirates' 43-yard line. So Argyle will take over their first drive from La Vega's 43, leading by 2 scores. So once again, it's going to depend on the defense of the Pirates to stop the Eagles' offense.
Again, just great field position. I mean, it seems like every time they get the ball, they're close to the 50 or in La Vegas territory. So, that's why I talked about at halftime. The defense, I think, has done a pretty decent job from the positions they've been put in by how poor the offense has done so far. But another big situation here, and you got to get a stop.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Rogers in the backfield with Baker on his 1st and 10. In motion comes Cole Kirkpatrick from far side to near side. Handoff goes to Baker, tries to go off right tackle, cuts back, fights through a couple of tackles and gets across the 40 to the 43. That's going to be a pickup, to the 38, a pickup of 5. He'll be 2nd and 5.
A play we've seen a lot. Baker into the outside, but cutting back as they push Zamarian Johnson to the outside. He finds a little bit of a hole, 5-4 for about 5 or 6.
This time they try to go off right tackle again, and that is stopped almost immediately. Looked like Latravius Johnson on the play there, and Baker gets stopped at the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard. So it's officially 3rd down and 3 for the Eagles. From the La Vega 36. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Rogers in the backfield with Baker in the pistol. They hand it off to Baker again. Goes in between a couple of Pirate defenders. Picks up the 1st down and more as he gets himself down to about the 26-yard line. Pickup of 10. That's a Nick Spillman go 1st down, and what a job of not going down by Braden Baker.
It was, and Keyshawn Taylor had that read. Again, the majority of these big runs by Baker and other guys have been read well by La Vega. They're just not breaking down and finishing the tackle.
Rogers in the pistol with Baker. The tight end, Jasper Lott, the far side wing. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Rogers takes the snap. They hand it off to Baker again. It goes off right tackle. Has some running room. Gets inside the 20 down to the 19, and they're going to put him back at the 20. That's a 6-yard pickup. And then it's going to be very, very close. Actually, they're backing. Yeah, they're going to make it a 2nd down and 5. Hand off again, right up the gut. That fast-moving Eagles offense gets down to the 17-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 on the 14th carry of the night for Baker.
He's very Tito Bice-esque.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He squirts through the holes and finds holes, and they're very good at that, at breaking tackles and making something out of nothing.
2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side for the Eagles on this 3rd down and 2 play. Inside the Express Dry Clean Laundry red zone, the handoff to Scoggins as he gets the 1st down and more inside the 5 and into the end zone, it looks like. And they do give him the touchdown. The 17-yard run for Scoggins makes it now 27-7 Argyle.
And again, Zamarian Johnson either fell down and was blocked, and then he was in the way of Jordan Rogers of making that tackle. But, it just seems like La Vega has guys around to make the tackle. They're just not breaking down and doing it. But, either way, that was just a basic, we're going to run it right down your throat, and you got to stop us. And unfortunately for the Pirates, they couldn't do it.
Caden Dodson in to attempt the extra point. Snap back, hold down, kick up, it's good. 8:16 to go in the third quarter. Argyle leads La Vega 28-7. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com. Our streaming on CentexBeat.com, presented by First Central Credit Union.
Who scored?
Scoggins.
For how long?
17.
That was pretty darn good. Okay, so that was.
Third quarter of tonight's La Vega Pirate Football game is sponsored by Pickens Bail Bonds at 705 Kane and Belmead. Next time you're in a difficult situation, give Pickens Bail Bonds a call at 755-7589. The 17-yard touchdown run for Argyle by Scoggins gets Argyle up 28-7. We'll get into the scoring drive here in just a second. Our Members' Choice Credit Union kickoff is a high end-over-end kick. It bounces off the chest and hits the ground for Deidre Brawley, picks it back up and he takes it out to the 16-yard line. So the Pirates once again start deep in their own territory at their own 16-yard line. Brian, you got the scoring drive on that last drive.
It was 42 yards for the Eagles, 6 plays, took up 2 minutes and 29 seconds, and a nice little 17-yard run by Max Scoggins to put the Eagles up 28-7.
And Argyle tonight is approaching 150 yards rushing between Scoggins, Baker, and Rogers. Vega's Rogers in at quarterback, running back to each side of him in the pistol formation. Hands it off to Walton, who tries to cut back on the counter. Gets out to about the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 1, and it'll be second down and 9. 18 carries on the night for Walton for 69 yards.
Down there on this other bench, you got 2 guys now with the defense. Down there on this other bench, they're down there by themselves. Tell them come on. Tell them come on.
Running back again on each side of the quarterback, Rogers. Second down and 9. Drops back, throws the pop pass. It's caught on the sidelines. Dravion DeGray going the wrong direction. He brought down basically at the line of scrimmage, maybe lost about a half yard. That's going to make it a third down and 8.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, but that was a positive 4 or 5 yard gain if DeGray would have just gone forward. But you know, when you're trying to make plays, you're down 28-7. I get it. You want to kind of make a big time play, and you move backwards and kind of try to dance and come around the backside. But on those plays, you got to go forward. You got to put yourself in a third and short. And instead, you probably lost maybe a yard, maybe gained half a yard. So now it's a third and 8, a whole different ball game now. Something that he knows. It's just you get caught in the moment of the play.
Walton and Ruiz in the backfield with Rogers. Fisher and Bouye, the receivers to the near side, as Rogers takes the snap, drops back, throws the out pattern, has his man and overthrows Bouye. And that will make it a 4th down and 8. And the Pirates will be punting again to the Eagles.
Yeah, that play didn't look very fluid. I don't know. It looked very similar to where they had the man on the outside running that 8-9 yard stop pattern right up against the white chalk. And then they had somebody running a post over the middle, but I don't know what Jordan Rogers was doing there. I don't know if he was throwing it away or what he was doing, but he threw it like he was running a 15-yard deep out. And he threw it about 6 yards over the white chalk into the sidelines, and the Pirates are punting again.
That's another nice kick by Rogers. Checks up. Tell me if you've heard this one before. Argyle starts at the Pirates' 43-yard line. Seems like that's where they started a number of times tonight, is at that 43-yard line of La Vega. First down and 10. 6:30 to go here in the third quarter. Up 3 scores. Argyle 28, La Vega 7.
And that's too many. That's too many. Bring Kyle back. That's too many. That's too many.
That's 12. That's 12.
That's too many.
Argyle steps out with Rogers at quarterback, 2 receivers to the near side.
God dang it.
And there's a flag that goes down
He didn't hustle
immediately.
off.
Yes, it was.
Baker goes off right tackle, gets out to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 8. And it'll be interesting to see what the call is here.
Yeah, they had too many men on the field. I think there's 12 on the field. Really, there wasn't much hustle to get off the field either. They didn't know what was going on, I think. And, they got caught about 2 yards off the sidelines there, and it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Actually, they're going to wave it off. I don't know why they're waving it off.
But it is a 8-yard pickup from Argyle. The handoff goes to Baker. Goes off right tackle again. Has some running room across the 30 down to the about 28-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of another 7 and a Nick's Bowman go first down. Baker approaching 100 yards on the night with 79 on 15 carries. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side for the Eagles on this 1st and 10. Rogers in the backfield with Baker. Baker switches sides now to the left of Rogers. Takes the snap, hands it off to Baker, has a little bit of running room, and this time gets spun around by Vincent Henderson. Brings him down at the 30-yard line, and a couple other white jerseys in on the play as well.
Yeah, that was nice there. That's something that they needed more of, and they need more of if they're going to try to stay in this one. Is hitting him at the line of scrimmage, making contact as soon as he gets up towards you, wrapping up and making a good play. That's something they haven't had enough of tonight. Argyle's just blocked up front really well at that time. They had a host of Pirates around to get him for looks like no game.
Double tight end set, Grant Cheney in there to help block for Knox Scoggins, who bounces to the outside, off right tackle inside the 20.
Cut it back,
right around to the 14-yard line. That's a pickup of 14 as Argyle gets into the Express Dry Clean and Laundry red zone, and it's another Nick Spillman go first down. The Eagles rush up to the line of scrimmage, same formation. They fake the handoff to Scoggins, throw right over the top to the wide open tight end, Grant Cheney, for the 13-yard touchdown, and Argyle is pulling away at 34-7.
And it was set up nicely by those last 2 drives. Run. So you're geared up to stop the run up the middle. And clearly nobody accounted for tight end Grant Cheney. They're going within about 10 yards. Nice throw by Rogers. Probably the easiest touchdown he's going to throw against an opponent this year. He was wide open. So not the start the Pirates are looking for as they now fall behind by 4 scores.
And the snap back, hold down, kick up, it is good. So 4:44 to go in the third. Argyle up 35-7 on the Vega. You're listening to Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and SyntexBeat.com from the Marco's Pizza traveling broadcast booth.
What'd he say? Does he know who he has in Monster? The guy he's lined up over, right?
Hey Ron, what did you mean with that? What did you mean with that text about the?
What did he say? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd say so. The guy you're on top of.
Oh, I was like, what in the world is he talking about? As we sit right now, nothing next Friday, by the way. As we sit right this second, nothing the next 2 Fridays. The bye week was supposed to be the 2nd. Yep. Supposed to be the 2nd game of Conley, but the district the Conley's district backed up their schedule a week, so it was no longer a bye week for Conley. We coming back yet?
So far. Are you not afraid that he's either getting reached every play or
A 13-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Rogers to Grant Cheney extends a little bit, extends the Argyle lead. Check that to 35-7. Let's get the scoring drive here in just a second. After a Members' Choice Credit Union kickoff, a high end-over-end kick, and it bounces at the 15. Jesse Major Sterling picks it up fights his way across the 20, 25-yard line, gets through a couple of tackles, and then just gets swarmed under at about the 28. So Vega will have decent field position for this drive with 4:35 to go in the third quarter, down 4 scores.
You have a scoring drive, 5 plays, 43 yards, a minute and 44 seconds, and a 14-yard pass from C.J. Rogers to Cheney. And like you said, it is a 35-7 game. There's not much you can say now. I mean, you're just fighting to have a little pride and move the ball a little bit. Right now, things aren't going well for the Pirates, but you got to keep trying, and here they are at their own 27.
Rogers takes the snap, hands it off to Walton, tries to find some running room, lots of red jerseys there in front of him as he works his way out of bounds. He'll be brought down at about the line of scrimmage, maybe about a half-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Walton with 69 yards on 19 carries thus far tonight. 2nd down and 11 for the Pirates. From their own 28, 27. Rogers and Walton in the backfield. 2 receivers, the receiver to the near side. Rogers takes the snap, keeps it himself, has running room, a lot of running room. Across the 35-40, fights out of a tackle and finally gets wrapped up at about the 48-yard line. That's a pickup of 20, and it's going to be a Nick's Bowman go 1st down for Jordan Rogers.
Yeah, I think that's the best run of the game by a Pirate. A nice job of Rogers there. A good speed burst, had a hole, and he kind of appears to be limping off, or he's just being taken out. A really good run by Jordan there. Now the Pirates are up near midfield, and Blaine Nichols coming in.
4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Argyle up 35-7. Nickel in quarterback, receiver to each side. 6-man line for the Pirates. Walton in the backfield. Nickel takes the snap, hands it off to Walton. Dodges one man, has some running room across midfield. Gets knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line of Argyle. And looks like we got a flag down. And it may be coming back, and it looks like it's going to be a holding call against the Pirates. So we can move that ball backwards as the Pirates move back into their own territory. Looks like back to the 38-yard line. .38 to go here in the third quarter. Argyle up 35-7. Number 1 versus number 2 in the state. And for what it's worth to think about this one, the last 2 years, Argyle has won this game in the regular season.
Yeah.
And the Pirates have won the game against them in the postseason.
It counts, yeah, absolutely.
Snap back, Nickel takes the snap, hands it off to Walton, tries to find some running room, and there is no place to go. And he just ended up having to, in essence, almost surrender the play. Had 3 red jerseys around him with nobody to block, so he loses 2 yards on the play, and it's going to be 2nd down at about 10.
So yeah, after the penalty, you're looking at 2nd down and over 20, but it seemed like he thought there was a whistle. Maybe it just, you don't see Jarko do that very often, and you got to kind of confused. I don't know if he thought there was a whistle or the players didn't. Yeah, he just kind of surrendered there after 2 guys were coming after him. But either way, they're in a 2nd and forever.
Officially 2nd and 24 for the Pirates. Receiver to each side. Nickel takes the snap, hands it off to Walton. Tries to find some room again, and there's nothing but red jerseys right there. He gets run out of bounds at, let's say, the 33-yard line, 34. So a pickup of about a yard.
Looks like there's a man down. It's number 52, Darren Chopper.
Yeah, a little slow getting up, but he's coming off the field on his own power. So it's going to be a 3rd down now for the Pirates. Down by 4 scores.
Yeah, 3rd and 24. Not a ton in your bag for this one. We've seen that skinny post work. We've seen them run it on 3rd and long. At this point in the game, go deep. See what happens. Give it to somebody outside that has speed to playmaker.
Receiver to each side. They fake the handoff. Nickel looking, throws the out pattern, has Bouye, real nice play. But again, the pattern, he needed 24, and he ran 20. He ran about a 13-yard pattern. So it did get La Vega yardage, just not enough. It's now going to be 4th down and 12.
And I think that's a play too, where maybe they're thinking you're going to throw deep, so you throw it short. Hopefully you make a nice catch, and your receiver can make a play on the outside, break a tackle, get another 10, 12 yards for a first down. But unfortunately for the Pirates, that didn't, and they're going to punt again.
Back deep to receive is Zach Stewart for Argyle. Tough night for the entire Pirates club, and this is a rough kick for Rogers as he got a little bit of the front end of that ball. Bounces down at the 36-yard line of Argyle, where they'll take over 1st down and 10. And we haven't seen Jordan do that very much when he's punting, where he catches the far end of the ball instead of the back end of the ball. And that could very easily be fatigue setting in too, because he has literally been on the field virtually every play of this game.
Yeah, and you get a little tired, and sometimes he has had about 3 or 4 dudes in his face too when he's punting. I mean, they're getting a pretty good rush on it, so you don't really have time to concentrate on putting that nose down and getting a good spiral.
Right. They snap back to Rogers on his 1st and 10 play, goes up the middle for Argyle to the new running back, Peyton Shoemake. He goes up to the 39. That's going to be a pickup of about 3. And it's going to be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and I looked on Max Preps and this. They both have him as Shoemake. So I guess it's Shoemaker. I've never heard of a guy named last name Shoemake.
No, he was with the team last year.
Is it Shoemake?
Shoemake,
yeah.
yeah.
So there you go.
And the handoff goes to Shoemake again. He loses those 3 yards that he picked up the first time. A tremendous play there. Looked like by 25, Marcus Cobb.
Yeah.
Or no, that was actually Beyonce Robinson in on the tackle. So he picked up 3 and lost 3. So 3rd down and 10 for Argyle. Receiver to each side. Running back in the backfield with Rogers. Dual tight end set. Rogers takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back, has time, looking, pressure coming, rolling. Trying to find some running room and gets out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. He's going to pick up about 5, maybe 6, but not enough for the 1st down, and it's going to be 4th and about 4.
Yeah, really nice job. I think that was their best pass rush. And good coverage, too. They made Rogers kind of jump outside, and he's been wanting to run more than he's been wanting to throw, it seems like, most of the time. So they had the angle on him and push him out short. And looks like that's the first hold of the first half for the Pirates, and they'll get the ball back.
With 48 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Punt unit is out for Argyle. Snap back. The Australian-style punt by Caden Dodson rolls into the end zone for the touchback. So La Vega will take over from their own 25, 1st and 10. 39 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Argyle leads 35-7. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com.
Dude, I don't remember Shoemake. What?
I could just palmed it with the other foot.
Yeah.
He used the other foot to kick it.
You kicked it left-footed? Just for grins? I don't remember Shoemake, man.
Yeah, he played much.
Yeah. Okay. I just assume that nobody has the last name Shoemake.
He was a linebacker last year. Yeah, we almost back.
Don't think yell at me, Rich.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Let's go. Nickel hands the ball off to Fisher on this 1st down and 10 play. Fights through a couple of tackles, gets all the way out to the 42-yard line. It's a 17-yard pickup for Jeremiah Fisher, and the Knicks fall and go 1st down.
Yeah, it's good to see Jeremiah getting outside, man, getting a little playing time. Been a nice run there, and they're using him well tonight. He's got a lot of playing time, but that time he used his speed to get to the outside, completely untouched the entire way to pick up a big gain on 1st down.
Running back to each side of Nickel. 2 receivers to the near side. The handoff goes to Diedrich Brawley. Tries to go off left tackle. Gets about a yard out to the 44, and it's going to be 2nd down and 9. And we saw Brawley quite a bit last year as well. He even had a 100-yard game last season in district play. I believe he ended up like 110, 112.
Really good game.
So
It should be the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, we're down to 5 seconds here in the third quarter, and we will wrap up the third quarter with our score: Argyle 35, La Vega 7. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com, presented by Southwest Sports Medicine.
Hello to quality time at Marco's. Hello to the best part of the day and to making someone else's. Say hello to late nights and to the best night ever. These are the primo moments, and they call for Italian quality pizza. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce with a history in the making from the original Gianmarco recipe. Say hello to an authentic favorite. Every store, every day, the Italian way. Hello, Primo.
And 16 from their own 36. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. A handoff around the left side. And that was Major Sterling or Brawley?
I think that was Brawley.
That was Brawley.
I was watching Jeremiah Fisher. His leg got caught underneath the pile there, and I was making sure he was okay. But he's got up and run off, so everything seems to be good there.
4-yard pickup from Brawley, but not enough. Makes it now 4th down and about 13. In comes Rogers again to punt. Nobody back deep for Argyle. Or yeah, there he is back there. The press box has a little wall in the middle of it, Bugsy. So Zach Stewart was hiding behind the wall. Ball bounces at 30. It's that Jordan Rogers roll that we've missed so far tonight. Inside the 20 and down at the 19-yard line with 10-11 to go in the fourth quarter. Argyle up 35-7. Let's take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the Lego Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com. The snap, hands it off to the running back, number 42, Peyton Shoemate. He goes up the middle, gets across the 20 to the 21-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 2 for Argyle. It's going to make it a 2nd down and 8 for Shoemate. Our fourth quarter presented by First Central Credit Union with 3 convenient Waco locations, including on Bellmead Drive across from City Hall. Shoemake takes the handoff, goes around the far side, fights his way out to the 29-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 7, and it will be a mix. Well, they're going to put him real close. 3rd and 1. I thought he had the first down, but they're going to show him about a half-yard shot, I guess.
And that's a side they've run to a lot this game. They've gone off that left side. They've gone off their big guard tackle on that left side, Austin Criswell, Jack Turner, or excuse me, Tucker. So that's nothing new there, and they do it again. They're getting first down.
And they get the first down, and a little bit more. He's out to the 31-yard line. So that makes it a next go and go first down.
You know, you mentioned having 2 weeks off, and you know, after this game, honestly, as a coach, as players, it's not terrible. I mean, I know you want to play. I know you want to get 5 games in before you start conference play. But you know, when you play a team as good as Argyle does, and you play not up to your standards, you believe. I think sometimes maybe sitting and thinking about it and healing up and kind of getting geared up. You know what? Let's put that behind us and let's get ready for conference or district play. I think sometimes that might help you, having that 2 weeks off.
Handoff goes again to Shoemaker, and he gets nothing. That's stripped by Rayshawn Roberts. Going all the way into the end zone. And they're calling him down.
The only ref on that left side, they called him down. He said his elbow was down.
Oh, my.
Which I don't, yeah, wow. He had that ripped out well before his elbow was down.
Wow. Shoemaker got hit almost immediately from the handoff by Rayshawn Roberts, and he ripped that ball out of his arms. But it's going to be back at the 30-yard line.
That's a tough break. That was a big-time play by Rayshawn. And you know, he had his hands, as soon as he hit him, he had his hands on the ball and ripped it out. And I don't know. That's just sometimes you don't get the call, and it's going to be up second and long.
2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side for Argyle. The handoff, fakes the handoff to Shoemaker. Rogers goes deep down the seam, has his man. Jordan Rogers puts the shoulder right into number 19, Gannon Pels, who gets dropped at the 47-yard line. That's going to be a 23-yard pitch and catch, and a Nick Spomengo first down.
And a really nice throw there by CJ, and now it looks like he is down. He got punched after he released that pass. And he might have got the breath knocked out of him or something. He's laying flat on his back. But a really nice throw to get the first down for the Eagles.
Community Bank and Trust timeout. Let's take it with them. 7:39 to go in the fourth. Argyle 35, La Vega 7. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com.
Exciting things are happening in Waco right here at American Bank. We're committed to the future of our community, investing in more ways to serve you online and face-to-face. That's why we expanded our downtown branch, and now we're building new, state-of-the-art facilities at our Woodway and Belmead locations. More than just banks, our branches are meeting spaces where you can connect one-on-one with a local banker. We look forward to seeing you here now and for years to come. Experience face-to-face banking today at American Bank.
Sports One, both of those apps available wherever you get your apps. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far side. The handoff goes to Shoemake again, fights his way out to the 41-yard line, picks up about 2, and it's going to make it a 3rd down and let's say 4. Clock running, under 6.5 to go here in the ball game.
And you're starting to see, especially the position players, a lot of the second teamers coming in for Argyle. Receivers that are taking place. The big ones, Ward McCollum comes in, a receiver, number 40, Ashton Stripmatter. So they're coming in and get a little playing time. It's always fun to see those guys in the game. Wayne Pritz for them, coming in and get a little playing time. You know, their parents are happy to see him play.
Yeah, tight end Lucas Anderson
there. You
there.
go. Yep.
Quarterback is Ethan DePiro.
Number 30.
Yes.
This is an odd quarterback number.
It is. And there is a flag, as it's going to be a delay of game call.
They're going to call
timeout. Call timeout, actually. And we'll take the Community Bank and Trust timeout with them. 5:52 to go in the 4th. Argyle 35, La Vega 7. You're listening to the Vega Pirate Football 94.5 The Beat and centexbeat.com.
Hello to quality time at Marco's. Hello to the best part of the day and to making someone else's. Say hello to late nights and to the best night ever. These are the primo moments, and they call for Italian quality pizza. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce with a history in the making from the original Gianmarco recipe. Say hello to an authentic favorite. Every store, every day, the Italian way. Hello, Primo.
Number 88, Lucas Anderson, and it falls short. The pass thrown by Ethan DePiro, his first throw of the night, and it's going to make a 4th down for the Eagles. Looks like back deep to receive for the Pirates will be number 2, Marcus Willis. The punter for the Eagles, number 23, Caden Dodson. Sidewinder kick, lands at the 20, rolls to the 15 and checks up. And it rolls dead. Looked like it hit on Argyle player first, but we'll see what it's called. And they're saying that it ended up hitting a Vega player before an Argyle player jumped on top of it. That was number 25, Marcus Cobb, who apparently touched the ball first, and Argyle falls on it at the 18 of La Vega. And a flag comes in. Apparently somebody in a blue and white jersey said the magic words, but there's nobody else around. Let's see what the call is there.
I'm not 100% sure what Marcus Cobb's doing. There's 7 Argyle players around the ball, and he came jumping in, and he's giving the my bad signal. But yeah, I mean, that was a very poor decision. I'm not 100% sure why he even thought he could be in there, because if he did pick it up or touch it, he's going to be tackled immediately. So there is a flag, and they're going to move the Pirates back inside the 10, so it's going to be 1st and goal from the 9.
Yeah, 1st and goal from the 9 inside the Express Dry Clean and Laundry red zone for Argyle. Our 4th quarter presented by First Central Credit Union with 3 convenient Waco locations, including Bellmead Drive across from City Hall. Everything they do for you. Running back in there now is number 22, Dax Harani. Very nice job by DePiro pulling that high snap down. The handoff goes to the running back, though, Harani, who goes off right or left tackle. Gets down to the 4-yard line to pick up a 5, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Argyle running the clock. We go down close to 5 minutes by the time this will snap. Harani up the middle again. He stopped almost at the line of scrimmage, like they're going to say he was. So it'll be a 3rd down now and goal from the 4. Moraney in at running back for Argyle. The quarterback now Ethan DePiro. Play clock at 25 seconds. Game clock at 4:45. Argyle with just one timeout left. Vega has all three. DePiro in the pistol. Takes the high snap, hands it off, and Harani gets stopped. He pitches it back to DePiro, who drops it, and La Vega may have gotten that ball back, but even if they didn't, boy, that was a really scary play for Argyle.
Yeah, that's not something you're going to want as a coach there. I mean, that's especially this late in the game with 4 minutes, you're trying to run the clock. Let's not get too crazy here. And
yeah, that's going to lead. That's going to lead to a coaching moment whenever those guys get back.
He will be chastised during film time. That's for sure. It's not very smart. You know, if you're down 7 or something and you really need to score, I get it. But you know, again, it's one of those plays where you're trying to make a play. But, you got to think better of the moment and the situation, and take your lumps and move on to the next play.
4th and goal from the 8. DePiro takes the snap, fakes the handoff, tries to run the option around the far side, has nothing, loses 4 yards, and La Vega gets the ball back on downs with 3:36 to go. So a very nice defensive performance right there by the Pirates, allowing the offense to get the ball at the, looks like 11-yard line.
Yeah, it's a nice play. I think that was with Travis Johnson on the outside.
I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, nice play. You know, what you've seen besides that boneheaded play by Marcus Cobb there a little bit, which he knows better and he'll get better. They haven't given up. I mean, they're playing hard. They're still fighting. They're tackling well. You know, the game's still going on. There's Marcus Cobb getting up, giving everybody a high five, telling them to keep going, and that's good to see. I think that's really good to see. Like you said, especially going in to a 2-week bye, basically, where you're going to have much going on. Keeping it positive, realizing that you can get better and that you're playing a really good team. But there is opportunity to grow for sure. But I like what I've seen so far here in the 4th quarter about not hanging your head and actually trying to get better.
Timeout called by La Vega. We'll take the Community Bank and Trust timeout with them. 3:36 to go in the ball game. Argyle up 35-7. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football 94.5 The Beat and CentexBeat.com. Or streaming on CentexBeat.com, presented by First Central Credit Union.
Cool robot.
Thanks, but actually he's a cooler from the future.
Wow.
Don't touch. He's very cold. Dr. Pepper, so nice to treat you.
.36 to go in the 4th quarter. Argyle up 35-7. La Vega with a 1st and 10 from their own 11, playing nickel in that quarterback. 2 backs in the backfield, 1 on each side. Handoff goes up the middle to Deedrick Brawley. He gets out to about the 17-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 6 and make it now a 2nd and 4. And again, as we mentioned, we saw Brawley last year. Had a 100-yard game for the Pirates. Had a couple of other games where he was in that 50, 60, 70-yard range.
Yeah, you get him a little bit of playing time. He's going to be a guy you're probably going to count on next year quite a bit, too, as a junior. And it's always good to get these guys playing time in situations like this.
The handoff this time off right tackle. That's Manny Ruiz on the carry. Getting out to the 22-yard line. So that's a pickup of 6, and next Foreman go 1st down for Ruiz. Clock going down to 2.5 minutes now. Don't forget to stick around for our post-game show. We end all the facts and figures of tonight's game, as well as our Zimmerman Law Firm player of the game. Handoff again to Ruiz, and he takes off right up the middle. Gets out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. That's going to be a 21-yard pickup, and a Knicks Foreman go 1st down for Manny Ruiz. One of the best runs we've seen tonight for the Pirates.
It was, yeah, and Ruiz showed his speed there quite a bit too. As a receiver, hasn't gotten any, if many catches this year. Kind of burst up through the middle and showed us his speed. He got a big 1st down.
From the 44, snap back. Nickel throws it to the outside, has his man, and that's Bouye again. Gets across midfield to the 48-yard line. So that's going to be a pickup of 9 and make it now a 2nd down and 1.
It's good to see Bouye making some plays. I mean, we've called his name a few times in the past, but not like this. He's at 4 or 5 catches now.
Five for
catches,
66 and a touchdown.
Had all 3 in the first half. All 3 of Rogers' completions in the first half, and he's done really well. He's pretty much caught everything thrown his way. And that time he got game tackled by like 5 defenders and held on to the ball. So it's good to see him doing well.
Receiver to each side. Nickel takes the snap, goes deep down the sideline, or up the middle, down the hash mark. Had to great, just overthrew him a little bit.
It's a tough throw. You had a safety kind of behind him, but he was open, and then you had a linebacker that came back into coverage. So you had about a 4 or 5 yard spot where you had to throw it. And, guys that play all the time and they play every down have a hard time throwing those throws. So Blaine just overthrew him, and he knows it, and he'll get better.
3rd down and 2 for the Pirates. 1:20 to go in the ball game. Receiver to each side, running back to each side. Nickel hands it off to Brawley, who spins his way across the 45 down to the 42-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 6. Nick Smallman go 1st down for Brawley.
And this is a situation, though you're down 28, if they do choose, the clock is continuously running, but I thought it might be a good time for them to work on a little bit of a 2-minute offense, but I think, as I said that, I looked at the clock and they're not even stopping it on 1st down, so I think you're looking at 1 or 2 more plays, and this one will be in the books.
Receiver to each side, running back to each side of Nickel on this 1st and 10 play. Nickel takes the snap, hands it off to Ruiz again, goes off right tackle, has some running room across the 40, down to the 38-yard line. That's a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6, and that may very well be the last play of the ball game.
It looks like they did not start the play clock, and that is the last play.
So the game clock goes under 20 seconds. The 2 teams are working themselves off the field. And our final from Argyle, the Argyle Eagles 35, the Vega Pirates 7. The post-game show comes up next here on 94.5 The Beat and centexbeat.com.
Hello to quality time at Marco's. Hello to the best part of the day and to making someone else's. Say hello to late nights and to the best night ever. These are the primo moments, and they call for Italian quality pizza. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce with a history in the making from the original Gianmarco recipe. Say hello to an authentic favorite. Every store, every day, the Italian way. Hello, Primo.
Exciting things are happening in Waco right here at American Bank. We're committed to the future of our community, investing in more ways to serve you online and face-to-face. That's why we expanded our downtown branch, and now we're building new, state-of-the-art facilities at our Woodway and Belmead locations. More than just banks, our branches are meeting spaces where you can connect one-on-one with a local banker. We look forward to seeing you here now and for years to come. Experience face-to-face banking today at American Bank.
Through 4 generations of the Parsons family and over 70 years in business, Parsons Commercial Roofing has become the go-to name in Texas. Just ask any of their thousands of clients nationwide and they will tell you Parsons is the only answer for your roofing needs. For the last 10 years and counting, Parsons has been awarded the Duralast Contractor of the Year by putting the utmost care into every project, big or small. Parsons Commercial Roofing. It's not just a roof, it's our reputation.
Man, I wish we had some.
And rich, delicious Dr. Pepper.
Cool robot.
Thanks, but actually he's a cooler from the future.
Wow.
Don't touch. He's very cold. Dr. Pepper, so nice to treat you.